Arkansas joins me now. He is a Republican. Senator, good to see you. And so what do you think is the headline here?
Well, I think the president continues to negotiate from a position of weakness. We passed the deadline that just a few weeks ago he said that he couldn't see a reason to extend past. And if you look at just over the last few days, the concessions that the president has made, from allowing Iran to potentially use its underground fortified military bunker to enrich uranium, or to keep stockpiles of uranium that they had previously agreed to ship to a third country, which is on top of all the concessions that we had already granted Iran in terms of the number of centrifuges they would be allowed. We are on the verge of making a very bad deal.
So reading the tea leaves, that's what you glean from this, because, you know, the State Department is saying not exactly, but they're saying they feel like they're almost there. So what is the point of just throwing it all out when, if they extend it, you know, by a day or two, they could get there?
Megan, the fact that the president is wanting to go back on his own words from just a few weeks ago and extend past the March 31st deadline sends a signal of weakness to the Iranians. And that's the problem we've had since the beginning of these negotiations over a year ago. We were in a position of strength because of the sanctions that Congress had imposed on Iran and that the world was following. But the president lifted those sanctions just to bring Iran to the negotiating table. And we've continually given away the best cards we hold. The best approach would be to walk away now, to reinstitute those suspended sanctions, and then to impose new sanctions to get back to a position of strength so we can negotiate a better deal.
How are we going to get them? I mean, basically the administration was rolling along with tough sanctions that would have ideally led to complete capitulation. But they stopped before they got to complete capitulation because Iran was willing to talk, and so were we. And now they're saying, wouldn't a negotiated deal, even if it lands at something short of complete capitulation, but that's negotiated and agreed upon, be a good result?
Megan, I, like most other Americans, would be happy to see a negotiated deal that blocks Iran's path to a nuclear weapon, not just today and tomorrow, but 10 and 15 years from now. The president is largely isolated on this question. 370 members of the House of Representatives said they wanted to see a deal that blocked any path. The socialist government of France is drawing a harder line than the president is right now. The president needs to stop, take stock of the mistakes that got us to this point, and work with Congress to reimpose tougher sanctions so we can once again negotiate from a position of strength, not of weakness.
Senator Tom Cotton, good to see you, sir.
Thank you, Megan.
Well, after some